Hello yogis, my name is Heather and I will be leading you through your full lotus practice. So you might need 2 blocks, at least one if you prefer to use them while you practice. Otherwise, you will just need a mat and I will meet you at the top of your mat in Baddha Konasana. So Baddha Konasana, seated, heels touching, knees falling open to the side. It doesn't really matter how far away or how close your heels are to your body. Just find a comfortable seat and close down your eyes and start to connect to your breath. Starting off, just small rhythmic inhales and exhales. And start to root down through your sits bones, lifting your pelvis up and in, bringing your navel to your spine, knit your floating ribs down to meet your navel. You can place your hands on your knees, start a gentle pressure to press your knees down to the earth. Draw your shoulder blades down your back and lift and lengthen through the crown of the head. Starting Ujjayi practice, breath if that's in your practice. Slight constriction at the back of your throat on your inhalation. Slight constriction at the back of your throat on your exhalation. All the while keeping that connection to the earth, energy lifting to the sky. On your inhalation, send your fingertips up to the sky, palms touch. Exhale your hands to heart center. And start to create a lotus mudra by keeping the palms connected, pinkies and thumbs connected, opening up your fingertips to the sky. And the lotus represents resilience, abundance. It's a beautiful flower that blooms even in the darkest, muddiest, murky waters. One more inhalation, send your lotus to the sky. Exhale, place your hands on your knees. Inhale, grow up tall and lengthen. And on your exhale, shine your heart forward with 3 big circles to the right. So maybe you keep your eyes closed in this space. Starting to tap in to where you are today. No pressure, no judgment, just noticing. And finding a place to stop in the center, root down to lift up, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, send your heart forward, 3 big circles to the left. Maybe you challenge your intuition here, seeing how far forward or back you can go, stabilizing through the core. And then once you find a place in the center, inhale, lengthen, fill up the lungs, and on your exhale, send your right ear to your right shoulder. Draw your left shoulder down, continue to root down, gently press your knees down to the earth. If it's available and it feels good, maybe you drop your chin to your chest and gently rock back and forth. Inhale back to center, lengthen. On your exhale, drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Drawing your right shoulder down, opening up the side of the throat. Maybe you rock gentle back and forth. Inhale, lengthen back to center, root down to lift up. Place your right hand behind your right quad. Inhale your left arm up and over. On your inhalation, fill up the left lung. Take your gaze up to the sky. On your exhale, come back to center, placing your left hand behind your left quad or left hip. Inhale your right arm up and over. Inflate the right lung. Take your gaze up to the sky, really opening up through your intercostals. And releasing back to center. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Lengthen, grow up tall. On your exhale, twist to the right. Place your left hand on the back of your right knee, right fingertips root down. Inhale to lengthen, fill up. And on your exhale, rotate to gaze across your right shoulder. One more inhalation here, fill up the lungs. Exhale, unfurl back to center. On your inhale, draw your energy upward. Exhale, twist to the left, root down through your left fingertips, right fingertips, reach for the left knee. Inhale fills you up and lengthen. On your exhale, gaze over your left shoulder. One more inhale here, grow up tall. Exhale, unfurl back to center. Inhale, lengthens you. Exhale, place your hands on your knees. Keeping your right heel into midline, extend your left leg out to the side, flex through the left toes. Place your left hand either on your shin or your quad. On your inhale, right arm reaches up and over like you're stretching for your left pinky toe. Exhale, lengthen up, grow up tall. Inhale, press your hips up to the sky. Left arm up and over, kickstand with your right hand. On your inhalation, inflate the lungs, stretch through the intercostals. Exhale, sit back. Lengthen up, grow up tall. Reaching up and over towards your left toes. Inhale brings you back to center. This time left foot into midline, right foot stretches out long, flex through your right toes. Inhale, root down through both sits bones, reaching up and over to your right toes. Ensure that your shoulders are stacked here. And on your exhale, grow up tall and lengthen. Inhalation, root down through your left hand, press your hips forward. Your inhalation fills up your lungs to fill up the intercostals. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, up and over to the right. Exhale, back to center. Bringing both legs out in front of you in Dandasana. Root down through your sits bones. Flex through your toes, lengthen up tall. Place your hands right behind your hip bones. Maybe you utilize the blocks in this space. On your inhalation, you'll press up into reverse plank. Exhale, sit back. So 2 more just like that, yogis. Inhale, lengthen, press up, reverse plank. Point through your toes, lift through your hips. Exhale, sit back. One more, inhale, press up. Exhale, sit back, Dandasana. Start to swing your legs out behind you and find any way that you choose into tabletop. Taking any organic movements, maybe gently swaying your hips or barrel rolls, moving side to side. It's kind of checking in Noticing any spaces that are tight or sticky. Continuing to breathe that beautiful Ujjayi breath. When you're ready, find a place in the center, neutral spine, shoulders stacked over your wrists, hips over your knees. On your inhalation, drop the belly, send your tailbone high, gazing towards the front of the room. Exhale, tuck your chin around your spine, send your navel up and in. Inhale, gazing up, tailbone is high, belly drops. Exhale, tuck and round. Another one just like that, yogis. Inhale, heart shines down, tailbone is high, gazing forward. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale finds a neutral spine. Curl your toes under, sending your hips up to downward facing dog. Maybe you bend one knee, then the other. Checking in. And start to find a place of stillness in your downward facing dog. Ears in between your biceps. Rotate your biceps in. Creases of the elbows shine towards the top of the room. Tailbone is high, spine is long. The softness in your knees, and on your inhalation, finding length through the spine. And your exhale sends your tailbone high and your heels towards the earth. Another inhale, finding length. Exhale, tailbone high, lengthen through the hamstrings, heels towards the earth. On your next inhale, send your right leg to the sky, flex through the right toes, right hip is down, two shoulders, one line. Exhale, bend your right knee, step your right foot on the outside of your right hand into a high lizard. Checking in here, creating that Hasta Bandha, pressing through every fingertip, even the heel of your hand. Right knee stays in, engage through the left quad, send your navel to the spine. Inhale your right fingertips up high, gentle twist. On your exhale, cactus through your arm. Send your right fingertips towards the front of the room, spiraling down and rounding to open up your shoulder, right fingertips to the sky. So two more like that, stay strong in your base. Inhale, cactus through your arm. Exhale, send your fingertips towards the top of the room, down and around, opening up. Inhale, cactus, heart shines to the sky. Exhale, right fingertips forward, down and around. Right fingertips up high. Place your right hand on the earth, gazing forward. Soften through the right hip to step your left foot forward into Mulasana Yogi Squat. So taking organic movements, maybe sway side to side in this space. Still not completely warm. Send your tailbone to the earth, lengthen through your spine, bring your navel up and in. Gently use your elbows to press your knees out toward the edges of the mat. Hands at heart center. Press through the heels of your hands, your pinky fingers and your thumbs to open up into Lotus Mudra. Symbol of the lotus opens up the heart chakra. Symbol of resilience, kindness, and love. So as you move through these spaces, continue to send that vibration to your soul. Another inhalation, lengthen up here. Exhale, place your hands on the earth. Left foot stays forward. Right foot steps back into high lizard. Maybe you space out your left foot here. Ensure that your left knee stays inward, pulling inward to midline. Engage through the right quad. Lift your navel up and in. Back of the neck is long here. On your inhalation, send your left fingertips up to the sky. Easy twist. Heart shines up. Exhale, cactus through your arm. Reaching your left fingertips forward, down and around. 2 more just like that, yogis. Cactus through the arm. Reach forward, down and around. Cactus through the arm, open up here. Left fingertips shoot forward, down and around. Left fingertips up to the sky. Bring your left palm to the earth, gazing forward. Right foot steps forward once again into Malasana Yogi Squat. Maybe you sink your tailbone even closer to the earth, lifting your crown to the sky. Couple more breaths here. On your exhalation, place your fingertips on the earth. Send your hips up to Uttanasana. Exhale, release. 10 toes face the top of the mat. You can soften through the knees here. Lengthening the crown all the way to the earth. Gentle sway side to side. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back, soften through the knees, gazing forward. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. On your inhalation, ground down through the 4 corners of your feet. Inhale all the way up to standing. Arms over your head, palms touch. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Once again, you can empower yourself by opening up into your Lotus Mudra. Inhale your Lotus up to the sky. Fill up the lungs. Exhale, soften through the knees, forward fold, heart leads the way. Fingertips to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands on the earth, step back into high plank. Rock forward, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze forward. Walk, step, or gently float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way to standing, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart space. Inhale, arms overhead, fill up the lungs. Exhale, swan dive, heart leads the way, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Palms to the earth, step back, high plank. Rocking forward. Bend at the elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana into upward facing or cobra. Heart shines forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Soften through the knees. Walk, step, or float top of the mat. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, fold. Root to rise all the way to this top. Arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, fill up the belly, fill up the lungs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into high plank and take your flow through. Once you arrive in downward facing dog, take any organic shapes, movements, softening through the knees, or if you prefer, find stillness. Refining through your space here, lengthening through the spine, sending your heart to your quads. Inhale, send the right leg to the sky, two hips, one line, shoulders stay neutral. Flex through the right foot. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, place the right foot in between the hands. Fall to the blade edge of the left foot, windmill up, open up, warrior two. Engage through the quad to lift the left kneecap. Press into the blade edge of the left foot. Right knee stays over the right heel. Pelvis up and in, navel in, shoulders down. Lengthen through the spine, gazing forward at your middle and first finger. Another inhalation, fill up the lungs. Exhale, soften into this space. Inhale to reverse into peaceful warrior. Left fingertips on the back of your left leg. Right fingertips up high on your inhale. Fill up the right lung. Either gaze up or back at your left foot. Exhale finds you into side angle. Full side angle or supported side angle, yogis. Choice either way. Left fingertips, send them to the top of the mat here. Keep pressing into the blade edge of your left foot. Engage through your left quad. Twist open in your thoracic spine. Take your gaze up to the sky. Legs stay where they are and stay strong. Reverse into warrior two. Straighten through the right leg. Reverse into a reverse triangle. Keep pressing into the four corners of each feet. Core is strong. Trikonasana triangle. Right fingertips reach forward to the top of the mat. Left fingertips up high. You can utilize a block in this space if it's handy for you. Chin to the left shoulder. Left hip stacked on top of right. Keep finding length in your spine here. Engage through both quads. Navel is in. Keep breathing. Soften through the right knee. Remove the block. Open up into a 5-pointed star. 10 toes facing the long edge of the mat. Interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, puff up the chest. Fill up the lungs. Belly in. Exhale, forward fold. Keep the interlace of your fingertips. On your inhale, Find length in your spine on your exhale. Weight in the ball of your feet. Releasing any tension in your jaw, your neck, or even in the spaces behind your ears. Navel is in. Release your hands to the sacrum, then release your fingertips underneath your chin. Inhale, half lift. Find a flat back, neutral spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, placing your hands on the top of your thighs, coming up to the top. Heel toe your feet in to find goddess pose. Keep pressing your knees back on top of your heels. Tailbone is up and in. Navel draws in. Shoulder blades, send them down your back to lengthen through the back of your neck. You can find either hands in the center or maybe cactus your arms, yogi's choice. Maybe find a lotus mudra here. Thinking about how resilient and beautiful you are, even in the most difficult poses. On your inhales, keep finding a length through your spine. Exhale, find peace. Place your hands on your quads. See if you can drop your tailbone just a little bit more towards the earth. Inhale, finding length in your spine. Exhale, drop your right shoulder to midline. Inhale, back to center, finding length. Exhale, left shoulder to midline. Inhale, back to center, straighten both legs. Then start to bend into your left knee, Skandasana. Pull up from the pelvic floor. Flex through your right toes. Find a base in your left foot. It's okay to also be on the ball of your left foot. Careful with any knee pain here. Lengthen through the spine. Navel up and in. Maybe you imagine this transition first. Start to press up from the left leg, soften through the right knee. Float into a half moon. Can start by placing your left hand on top of your left hip to open up and stack left hip on top of right. Keep the flexion through your left foot. And when you're ready, send your left fingertips up to the sky. Keep grounding down into the right foot. Maybe your right hand finds the center of your heart. Soften through the right knee, bend through the left knee. Inhale up, left knee to chest. Using both hands here on your left ankle, find tree pose. Keep pressing into your right inner thigh with your left foot as you simultaneously press your right thigh into your left foot. Create that stability and that foundation. Lengthen through the spine, draw your shoulders back. And when you're ready, using both hands, reach for your left foot to place your left heel high into the crease on top of your right or below your right hip. Send your left knee down to the earth into a standing half lotus. Maybe there's a little bit of a flexion in the left foot. No pain in the left knee. So if this is too much, you can always stay in tree, but I encourage you to try. So, and maybe you're here. If you fall out, that's okay. Come right back in. Finding beauty and grace in this space. Using both hands, release the half lotus, coming back into a full tree. Then bring your left knee back into midline, flexing through your left foot. Place your left foot on the earth, ground down. Inhale, your arms over your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale finds you, half lift. Exhale, palms down. Step back into high plank. Rock forward, chaturanga. Into upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Flex through your left foot. Exhale, knee to nose. Place your left foot in between your hands, gazing forward. Fall to the instep of your right foot. Windmill open into warrior two. Refining your space, checking in here. Engaging your right quad to lift your right kneecap. Left knee stays over your left heel. Pelvis up and in. Shoulders relaxed and down. Energy coming out of your fingertips, gazing forward. Strong warrior. Another inhalation here. Exhale, soften. Inhale to reverse peaceful warrior. Inhale, fill up the lungs. Exhale, side angle. Right fingertips up and over, reaching towards the top of the room. Long energy line from your heel to your right fingertips, twisting open in your thoracic spine. Navel is in. Staying strong. Inhale, warrior two. Straighten through the left leg to reverse your triangle. Maybe you heel toe your back leg in. Find Trikonasana triangle pose. Left fingertips towards the top of the room. Stacking right hip on top of left. Utilizing a block here if needed to stay lifted. Soften through the left knee, 10 toes point towards the long edge of the mat. 5-pointed star. Send your fingertips behind your back to interlace your fingers. Switch up the grip. So wherever your intuition led you, change it up. Inhale, fill up the lungs, draw the knuckles away from your glutes. Exhale, forward fold. Keep the bind. Keep reaching up and over to the other end of the room. Navel in, weight in the balls of the feet, lengthening through the spine. Feeling the stretch in the back of your hamstrings. One more inhalation, fill up the chest. And then release the knuckles to the sacrum, then fingertips to the earth. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One more inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Inhale, hands on the hip bones. Come all the way up into goddess pose. Drawing your tailbone to the earth. Hands any way you like. Lotus Mudra, you've been here before, so maybe you sink a little bit deeper. Placing your palms on your thighs, sending your tailbone to the earth. Inhale, find length. Exhale, drop your right shoulder. Inhale, find length through the spine. Exhale, left shoulder to midline. Inhale, back to center. Straighten through both legs. Find Skandasana to the back of the mat. Start to bend into your right knee. Send your left toes up to the sky. You can always place your hands on the earth if this is too much. Stay lifted through the pelvic floor. Navel is in, finding length. Heart shines forward. Use your core. Maybe you place your fingertips on the earth. Bend through your left knee. Find half moon. You can always use a block underneath your left fingertips. Use your right hand to press your right hip on top of your left. You can soften through the left knee if you need to. Keep the flexion in your right foot. And when you're ready, right fingertips up to the sky. Find your expression here. 2 more breaths. Soften through the left knee, right knee into chest, standing at the top of your mat. Flex through the right foot, right knee to midline. Find tree pose. Using both hands on your right ankle, press your right foot into the inside of your left hip. Press your left thigh. Press your left thigh into your right foot. Navel is in. Find the length. Root down. Come back to your Ujjayi breath that leads you through this space. And when you're ready, use both hands to bring your left heel to meet your hip bone into half lotus. You can always hold on to your right foot. Keep any flexion in your right toes. See if you can bring your hands to your heart. Reach down for your right foot. Use both hands. Come back into tree. Just as a transition, resetting your hips. Bring your right knee into midline. Flex through the right foot. And place your right foot on the earth. Inhale your arms over. Gather energy. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into high plank, and take your asana flowing through. And we meet in down facing dog. Taking a few moments in downward facing dog, noticing any changes. Feeling all the sensations. On your inhale, send your right leg to the sky. Bend through your right knee, stack your hips. Keep your left shoulder and your right shoulder in line. Maybe you find small circles with your hip or your ankle here, opening up. If you've gone one direction, go the other. And open up, stack your hip. Start to tent into the right fingertips, dropping your right foot behind you. Soften through both knees, then press up into Wild Thing, Dancer's Bridge. Inhale, fill up the lungs. And on your exhale, use your core to come out the same way that you went in, sending your right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Pause here for the inhalation. Place your right heel on top of your left knee. You may need to shorten your stance here. Keep the flexion through the right foot. Keep sending your heart towards your figure four. Then start to walk handprint by handprint to the back of the mat, regaining your balance into figure four at the back of your mat. When you get rooted down, inhale up, knee to chest, flex through the right foot, ground down through the left foot. Find extension in your right leg. Engage through the quads, keeping length in your spine. Exhale, swim back into warrior three. Slowly. You can soften through the left knee if you need to. Keep the flex in the right foot. Right hip is in line with your left. Any hand variation you choose. Either hands forward, hands to prayer, airplane. Just another inhalation here. Send your fingertips to the earth. On your exhale, inhale, standing split. Lengthen through the crown, just as a transition. Exhale your right knee behind your left to Shiva squat. You can point through the right toes here. Inhale, lengthen your right leg behind you. Exhale, right knee to left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right knee behind left. One more just like that, yogis. Inhale, find length. Exhale, left knee behind right. Start to bring your right shin to the earth, sitting all the way to the floor, rooting both sits bones. Press your left foot into the earth. Kickstand your left fingertips behind you. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, hook your right elbow to your left knee, twist. On your inhale, send the crown of the head upwards, root down through both sits bones. Exhale, twist in your thoracic spine to gaze over your left shoulder. One more inhale, fill up. Exhale, twist back. Unfurl, unwind, counter twist. Lengthen both legs out in front of you. Into Dandasana. Bend your right knee into your body into Janu Shirshasana. And allow your right knee to spill out to the side, kind of like you're in the seated tree pose. And then using both hands, bring your right heel into the crease of your left hip into half lotus. Keep the flexion in your left foot here. Allow your right knee to soften to the earth. So try not to force or press too hard. If your right knee doesn't fall to the earth, that's okay. In Lotus, we're putting a heavy load and a lot of torque on our knees. And sometimes it's our hips too, are tight as well. So part of the beauty of the Lotus is that it grows in dark, murky waters. So you have to be able to balance that beautiful flower with sometimes things surrounding us are murky and muddy, and this might be one of those times. So be patient and loving with your body wherever you are. You can sit here for a few breaths, just filling the opening in your right hip. Breathing deep. And using both hands, release your right foot back inside of your left thigh, length through the spine. Then bring your right knee back to midline. So it's really important to be aware of the way that we come out of poses like Lotus or half Lotus. So from here, you can either swing your legs around and meet us in downward facing dog, or you can use the strength of your right leg, send your left leg behind you into a standing split. Walk forward into a one leg plank to take your flow. Downward facing dog. So whichever path you chose, know that that is exactly the way that you needed to go. Finding stillness. On your inhale, send your left leg to the sky. Flex through the left foot, bend the left knee, open up, stacking your hips. Again, taking any movements, shapes, circles. If you've gone one direction, don't forget to go the other way. Stacking your left hip on top of right. Start to tent through the left fingertips to send your left foot behind you. Bending both knees, drop the hips, open up into Wild Thing. Using your core to come out the same way that you went in. Find length through the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Pausing here. Place your left ankle on top of your right knee. Shorten through your stance. Maybe come up to your fingertips if it's easier here. Keep the flexion in your left foot. Keep drawing your left knee down towards the back of the mat. And start to walk both hands back. Find your balance, stability into figure 4. Root down through the 4 corners of your right foot. And an inhale finds your left knee to chest. Flex through the left foot here, navel in, shoulders are down, gazing forward. Find extension through the left leg. Keep the toes flexed up to the sky. Engage through the quads. Exhale, swim back, warrior 3. Moving slow. Left hip in line with the right. Lengthen through the spine. Hand variation of your choice. Balance and breathe. Soften through the right knee, placing your fingertips on the earth. Inhale finds length. Exhale, left knee behind right. 2 more just like that, yogis. Inhale, find length. Exhale, left knee behind right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, compress. Start to bring your left shin to the earth behind your right ankle. Root down through both sits bones first. So may need to adjust, readjust. Right foot is flat to the earth. Inhale, find length. Tense your right fingertips behind your right hip. Left arm to the sky. Exhale, hook your left elbow to right knee and twist. On your inhale, lengthen through the spine, crown of the head to the earth. Exhale, twist back. 1 more just like that, yogis. Inhale, find length. Exhale, gaze back. Unfurl to find a counter twist. Then lengthen both legs out in front to Dandasana. Bend your left knee, left foot rather, on the inside of your right thigh. Janushirshasana. Press the left foot into the earth, finding length here. Then allow your left knee to cascade to the earth. Lengthen up through the spine, bring the left heel, both hands on the inside of your right hip. You may notice once again, maybe one knee doesn't quite go down as farther as the other knee, and that's okay. It's a normal. We all typically usually have one side that is tighter or doesn't line up symmetrically to the other, and that's okay. Again, don't try to force or press. Be gentle with your body here. Keep flexing through the right toes up to the sky. rooting down through the sits bones to find length in the space in your spine. So try not to be passive. You're still really active, lengthening. Do a few breaths here. Using both hands to remove your half lotus. Bringing your left knee back up into Janushirshasana. Again, you can find your own beautiful way into downward facing dog, or can press your left foot into the earth. Maybe use your fingers here, sending your right leg up to the sky into a standing split, walking up to the top of the mat, hovering your right heel, and take your asana. Downward facing dog. Soften through the knees. Bring your knees all the way to the earth. Sitting hips to heels. Closing your eyes. Finding a place of stillness. So if your heart is racing or beating fast, then you need to ground. You can place your hands on your thighs, palms down to ground into the earth. If you need to receive energy, maybe you place them palms up, receiving all the beautiful light and love. Find your way to your seat into Dandasana, moving into full lotus. So you can utilize the block if you need to. Some find it easier to come into full lotus sitting on a block, and that's fine as well if you're tighter in the hips. So you can find it sitting on top of a block. I find it easier on my seat, so you do what's right for you. Bring your right knee into midline and allow your right knee to fall open to the side. When you're ready, use both hands to bring your right heel into the crease on your hip and allow your right knee to cascade towards the earth. Again, not jerking or yanking. This puts a lot of, the lotus pose, puts a lot of torque on our knees, so we have to be very careful. You can stay here. To modify, you can bring your left leg underneath your right knee and be here. To go into full lotus, I like to balance my fingertips behind me to bring your left heel up and over your right calf and placing it on the crease of in the right hip. Either way, wherever you are is beautiful, just like the lotus. You don't want any pain in the knees, avoid that. Wherever you are, sit with a straight back. Slow down your breath. On your inhale, send your fingertips to the sky. Hands to heart space. Open up, Lotus Mudra. Soften your gaze. Soften through your shoulders. Be still. And think about what the lotus means. Abundance, resilience. And think of all the beautiful ways, maybe through yoga or your life, where you have been so resilient and so strong. The lotus is such a beautiful flower that grows in the murkiest spaces of darkness. And find gratitude for all of the ways in your own life where you have come out of the darkness and grown into such a beautiful being of light. And gently release your Lotus Mudra, coming out of this space just as carefully as you went in. Use both hands to release your left heel first. Straightening your left leg. Use both hands to release your right foot. Bring your right foot back, or your right knee back into midline. And then lengthen into Dandasana. Taking some knee bends here. And then when you're ready, bring your left knee into Janu Shirshasana. Allow your left knee to fall open. Using both hands, place your left knee into the right hip crease. Allow your left knee to draw towards the earth energetically. You can stay here. You can always bring your right knee underneath, or your right foot underneath your left knee, and be here if you're working towards full lotus. If you're ready for full lotus, using both hands, bring your right heel into your left hip crease. Taking notice of where you are today. And when you're in full lotus, try not to be passive. Root down through the sits bones to lengthen through the spine. Inhale your fingertips up to the sky. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart space. Opening up to Lotus Mudra if you'd like. Softening your gaze. Being present in this moment. The Lotus Mudra opens the heart chakra. It's a symbol of beauty, emerging from the darkness. Oh, just like the lotus growing from darkness can be an important life lesson, can guide us to an abundant inner strength and the ability to make it through the metaphorical mud and murky waters of life. Strive to make us stronger and more resilient when we do finally emerge and bloom into this world like the beautiful lotus. On your inhale, send your lotus up to the sky. Exhale your hands to your knees, using both hands to come out of this space gently and softly. Release your right foot, straighten through your right leg. Both hands release your left leg out to the side. Then bring your left knee back in, straighten into Dandasana. Bring both legs behind you back into table. And find your way into downward facing dog. You can pedal out your knees here. We would drop your heart to each quad, just noticing any differences in your hips. On your inhalation, send your right leg to the sky. Exhale, bend your right knee, step your right foot on the outside of your right hand. Left knee is down, left foot is flat. Can utilize blocks in this space, in this lizard. Taking a few moments here, can come to one forearm, then the other. Can gently drop, open up your right knee, keeping flexion in your right foot, fall to the blade edge of your right foot. Exploring and allowing your body to go into more spaces. Maybe you find movement, maybe you find stillness. You have an option to press your left palm into the earth, bending your left knee, reaching back to grab the outside of your left foot, opening up your heart space. Whatever you choose. Find stillness for 1 minute. Start to unwind, uncoil from whatever shape you have created. Bring your right knee back into midline, curling your left toes under. Bring your left knee up off the earth to step forward into Malasana Yogi Squat. Then maybe you notice a change in your hips. Lengthen the tailbone to the earth. Straight spine, gentle pressure on your knees with your elbows. If crow is in your practice, you can go there now. Otherwise, stay in Mulasana, bringing your knees up as high as you can, underneath your shoulders. See how long you can float. Wherever you are is perfect. If you're floating or flying, find your way back into Mulasana. Palms to the earth. Left foot stays on the outside of your left hand. Right foot steps back. Right knee down. Right foot flat. Your variation of lizard. Utilizing blocks, if you have them. You can stay high. Come to your forearms. Blading open your left knee. The blade edge of your left foot. Keeping in mind no pain in any of the knees. Left knee stays in line or behind your right heel. You have the option to bend your right knee, reaching back with the left hand. Grab the outside of the right foot to open up your heart space. Wherever you have chosen to go, stillness for 1 minute. Soften through your jaw. Start to slow your breath. Relax into this space. Unbind, unwind, bringing your left knee back to midline. Curl your right toes under, lift your right knee up off the earth. Step your left foot back into downward facing dog. On your inhalation, send your right leg to the sky. Exhale, find pigeon pose. Right knee to right wrist, right foot to left wrist. Sending your left hip forward, right hip back. On your inhale, heart shines the way, almost cow-like with the back. Exhale, cascade all the way to the earth. See if you can dissolve all the way through the floor, melting every piece of you that might be holding on to anything that doesn't serve you. When you're ready, start to bring yourself up to your palms. Soften through the hips. Curl your left toes under. Send your right leg to meet your left. Coming out gently and slowly. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, find pigeon pose on the left. And before you forward fold, press your right hip forward, left hip presses back, heart shines forward. Cascade slowly all the way through the floor. And slowly bring your palms to the earth. Pressing yourself up. Curl your right toes under to send your left foot to meet your right in downward facing dog. Paddle out all of the kinks. Soften through the knees, coming to table, and then finding your way onto your backs for Shavasana. Heels are close. Feet fall open. Soften through the hips. Palms by your sides. Face up, receiving energy. Relax through your shoulders. Close your eyes. Soften through the jaw. Melt into the earth. Deep belly breath. You could stay here as long as you'd like. And when you're ready, start to bring awareness back to your toes, to your fingertips, back to your body. On your inhalation, send your fingertips over your head to stretch out. Deepest inhale you've taken all day. And on your exhale, roll to your favorite side and pause for just a moment in a fetal space, allowing your ear to fall to your bicep. And knowing that the left side is your yin side, your most feminine side. It's your lunar side. And that your right side is your more masculine side, solar side, the yang side. And without judgment, just awareness. Maybe you need a little bit more balance, so I offer to you to maybe switch sides and pause for just a moment in that new space. And when you're ready, Start to use your fingertips to come up into any seated space. You can keep your eyes closed here. Just trust your intuition. And on your inhalation, send your arms to the sky to receive energy. Palms touch as you exhale, coming down through your crown, third eye, throat chakra, to meet at your heart. Slight bow of gratitude. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much.